Ray Ray, how are you doing? Sorry about the wind. It feels good to me here, but yeah, I can't complain when there's a breeze. Hey Wolfgang, how are you? I guess it's Mayung Mutto, 12:30 Thursday afternoon, January 22nd in Dumaguete, Philippines. Manila, Gorilla, I was just asking you the other day, or asking about you the other day, actually to Ray. So I haven't seen Martin lately. Hope he's doing all right. He just basically said you were kind of busy, which that's perfectly fine. That happens, that's normal. But I'm glad you're all right. And then we got Sunly Most says, hello, good morning. Welcome to Dumaguete, Philippines. My name's Michael, born and raised in the United States, living abroad here in Dumaguete, Philippines. So welcome from Indian Kerala. Welcome from Indian Kerala. Nice to see you here. Appreciate it. Beautiful, beautiful day. And you know the drill. Lace them up. Time for me to go for a walk. Manila said just been sick and got a little busy with projects. It's all good. I was just like, it's funny, you know, as many people as you meet through YouTube, it's amazing that you can remember or notice people when they're not around, and then you kind of wonder, you know, if they're okay or what's going on, but it's good. I'm glad you're doing all right. Ray says, hey, Wolf Dog, Martin Dog, all the dogs. All the dogs are here. But you know me, I'm the walking dog. But yeah, I think it feels, I don't know, maybe 83. I don't even check the weather. My weather forecast is when I get up and I look at the sun up through the window in the morning and I'm like, looks good to me. But yeah, wake up feeling happy and blessed again every day. I'm just thankful that I get to get up and do this and share my walks. But again, look at it, it's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So appreciate it, guys. Thursday, yeah, these weeks go by so quickly. It's crazy. It's Thursday already. They fly by. That's probably why I never keep track of the days of the week. Philip, hello, Philip. And then we got James Sepp says, how old are you? I'm 55 years young. I'll say 55 years young. I'm 55. James. Stella Camacho says you have flood control project there. I don't know anything about flood control. Never really noticed too many floods here in Dumaguete, but good morning, James. I'm going for a walk, guys. Field of Vision says go get an ice cream. When I eat ice cream, which is very rare, it's way too early for me to eat that. I already had breakfast and a Spanish latte coffee. I'm feeling fine food-wise, but one of these days I'll spoil myself and treat myself to some ice cream. Enjoy the beautiful sun. Well, yeah, like I said, this is my walks. This is what I do. This is what I share. I walk every day regardless. This is, well, it's not so new anymore. I think I'm up to like, I don't know, third week of doing walking live streams through Dumaguete City. So, yeah, mango, I can handle the mango. I love mango, bananas. I've had jackfruit. I've tried a lot of fruit. Some of them I don't even remember the names. The wild thing is when I came to the Philippines, I never realized, hey, Mangong Muto. I never realized that there were so many different variations of bananas. I think, at least for me, I've seen like 5 or 6 different variations of bananas. I never realized there were that many. James says, are you staying in a hotel? No hotel, I'm in an apartment. I'm basically living here in the Philippines. This is my home away from home. So yeah, no hotel. I experienced that my first 2 months. When I first came to the Philippines in July of 2024, I did the hotel vacation mindset, and then I quickly changed to the let's see if I can live here mindset and save even more money by renting an apartment. So that's what I do. Pure Alaska. Hey, Pure Alaska. Nice to see you. Welcome. Stay warm, my friend. I appreciate you being here from Alaska. I think that's so neat when people come here from all over the place. I'm renting, James. I'm renting. I don't have any desire right now to own anything. Renting is perfectly fine with me right now, especially when I rent an apartment. I get an apartment that is furnished. That's definitely a bonus for me, especially if you're gonna move. I don't want to have to worry about selling furniture or anything like that, moving it. Yeah, so I always get a furnished apartment. Juan Correll's 4058 says, hello, watching you from Los Angeles, California, USA, that near Manila City. I'm in Dumaguete. I'm a flight away from Manila. Yeah, I would most likely jump on a plane if I was gonna fly to Manila. Pure Alaska said we're extremely warm right now, 18 degrees. Yeah, that's probably like a warm front for you in Alaska, but yeah, I don't miss that. If I could give you some like warm air, I'd send you a blast here from the Philippines. James says, smart, very smart, enjoy it. Yeah, I love it here. James says, you don't mind it if I ask you how much is in the USA? You can ask me anything. I'm kind of trying to follow what you're asking. You said, you don't mind if I ask you how much is in the USA? I don't know if you're talking about USD or what it costs to live here or something like that. We're at minus 55, so this is tropical. That is definitely a heat wave for you. That's funny. Lorraine says hello. Hi, Lorraine. Welcome to Dumaguete, Philippines. Hey, Mayung Muto. Thank you. Mayung Muto. It's minus 22 here in Antarctica, says hard to please guy. Wow, that's really cold too. Again, I don't miss any of that. I don't miss any of that. I'm a warm weather guy. I've experienced all seasons. Not so sure I ever experienced anything as cold as Alaska or Antarctica. Maybe minus 20, 25, something like that with wind chill. But yeah, I never experienced anything like that. I don't really want to either. Lorraine says she's from Delaware. Well, welcome from Delaware. Welcome to Dumaguete, Philippines. And again, just to reintroduce myself, my name's Michael, 55 years old, living abroad here in Dumaguete, Philippines. I'm from the United States, born and raised in Pennsylvania the majority of my life, with the exception of 2 years I lived in Florida. If I was still living in the United States, I would want to live in Florida. Maybe I'd still be in Pennsylvania. But the kicker is, if I was still living in the United States, I'd still be working. I couldn't afford, with my income that I have right now, I couldn't afford this. I couldn't live in the U.S. without working. So I always like to point that out. James says, sorry, I was asking you about the rent. Well, my rent, I'll tell you a little bit about my rent, but if you want, I just recently posted a video. It's like a 10, 11-minute video, basically quick tour of my apartment and my current living situation, what I pay. So if you do have time, check out that video. That definitely will cover what I pay, but you can also find cheaper. My apartment in USD right now is like $400 USD. That's what I pay, $400 per month for my rent. But like I said, it's in the video if you want to check it out. Lorraine says, are you having fun? Oh, I'm happy. That's the best way to put it. I'm happy every day, waking up. I love being in a different country, embracing, learning about the culture. I love it here. Mayung Muto. I love being here every day. Just like surrounding myself with the culture, embracing it. It's, to me, that's just the simplest happiness that you can find. Who is in the house? Just your basic apartment. Yeah, it's like I mean, it's more modern type of apartment. It's very small. Again, I intentionally picked something that small. Mayung Muto. I don't want anything that big. I don't want anything to take care of. I don't hang out there very often either, so it's not like I need a big house or spacious to have things to entertain me, to keep me busy. I get up and I'm out and about. Mayung Muto. I'm out and about every day. That's what I enjoy doing. I'm not here to, like when I was in the States, yeah, it's like you have a house, you have a TV, you have all this stuff to keep yourself entertained, especially in the winter, unless you like being out in the cold. I didn't mind it. I still walked in the cold. I didn't prefer it, but I still did it. But for me, like, yeah, I'm a warm weather person. I like being out, meeting new people every day, just experiencing the culture, learning the language. My New Year's resolution was learning as much Bisaya as I can, little by little, day by day. Practice makes perfect. Ray says it's 10 degrees warmer in Dumaguete than here. War Ghost Squad, hello War Ghost Squad, says it was 24 degrees here, feeling like 8. So I guess that's wind chill factor included. Lorraine says, I am a writer. Well, that's interesting. I can't say I've ever met anybody that personally I knew. Well, not that I personally know you, but you're a writer. That's very interesting. Is there anything in particular that you write about? That's interesting, Lorraine. Oh, there's nope. Tomorrow and Friday here in Minnesota is supposed to be between minus 45 and minus 55. Wow. I don't know. Are you excited for that minus 45 and 55? But welcome here. Nope. I remember your name because you explained to me that you're, I think you said your daughter, somebody made your name, and it's like nope. Now I know what it is. Juan says, wow, that's as cheap, $400 a month. My rent is $2,300. Yeah, like Juan, I can't even imagine that. Like $2,300 is what you're paying rent. You would actually, on $2,300, you would actually live really well here with that amount per month. That's just one man's opinion, and I'm sure other people could chime in, but yeah, $2,300 a month is really good. Mayung Muto. Yeah, that's like really good here. I think the consensus of people said, somebody asked one time, well, if I have $5,000 a month, how good is that? Master Fortune said, if you have $5,000 coming into you a month, that's about, you're a king here in the Philippines. You could live like a king. But yeah, that's crazy, Juan. That's a lot of money. I have a book on Amazon. Now that's awesome, Lorraine. You have a book on Amazon. Watermelon. Oh, hey, Evam, I remember you. Hello, Michael, just got here. Welcome again. And anybody who's here on my channel, if you could, hey, Mayung Muto. Amping. If you could kindly give me a like. That's like the biggest thing. The most important thing I always ask for is if you haven't given me a like, just double tap the screen. That really helps me and my channel grow, and that's the most generous thing you could give me is a like. Only if you like it, though. I don't recommend anybody like anything that they don't like. And if you're not a subscriber, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I do these daily walk live streams through Dumaguete every day. I'm already out walking, so I figured I might as well just share my positivity and my energy with you as I walk. Right now it's 12:45 in the afternoon, Thursday afternoon in Dumaguete, Philippines. Evan says, of course I gave you a like. And hey, Mark Jefferson, thank you. Dr. Red Taco says, hey, Mike, the castaway walker. Yeah, that would be me, the walking fool. DJ Kirby Puckett's here. Michelle's here, says, good afternoon, Michael and Chad. Hope everyone is having a great day or night. Here again, enjoying our daily walk together. Again, Michelle and everybody else, you guys, you know who you are that continue to show up. Thank you very much. I have to repeat that over and over again. That's very generous for you to sacrifice your precious time in your life to be with me. Not even, like, you know, this is as close as you get to the Philippines unless you're here. I greatly appreciate you sharing your time with me. That means a lot. It's very humbling to know that people sacrifice their time to support me and my walks on my channel. So just so you guys know, that doesn't go unnoticed. James said, let's go, like for him. Nope says, here it's Wednesday night, 10:46 p.m. And the wild thing is, my father's birthday is, well, January 22nd. That's tomorrow for him because my family's in Pennsylvania. So they haven't quite hit the 22nd yet. So here for me, today is my father's 86th birthday. He's 86 years old today. So tomorrow, I'll have to call him because it'll be his birthday technically in Pennsylvania. So I just want to shout out to my father. Great man, made me into the person that I am today. And that's my dad, man, 86 years old. Timo Tao says, it's like I'm being pushed into a stroller. I don't know what you mean by that, but Joanna says, hello. Wargo says, happy birthday to my dad. 11:48 Eastern East Coast. Yeah, it's getting close. And Two Camp Post says, happy birthday to my father. Juan Vasquez, my alien emoji friend. How are you doing? Welcome again, man. Beautiful day here in Dumaguete. Out walking about. It's a beautiful day. Mayung Muto. Amping. Wow, look at all the hydro line. Yeah, it is like, this is just a little part of it, but yeah, it's like motorbike city. Number one source for transportation, then obviously definitely more motorbikes than cars, but I think it's neat. I don't walk, I just walk. Mayung Muto. Amping. Mayung Muto, you guys. Mayung Muto. Amping. Thank you. Yeah, he's 86 young. Nope. Yeah, there you go. He's 86 young. Yeah, thank you guys for the birthday wishes to my father. That's great. I wish he would be on here watching it, but I'm sure he's fast asleep. But he would greatly appreciate the shout outs, wishing my father a happy birthday. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Frankie says, hey, Mike, love your channel, man. I visited Dumaguete a couple years ago. I loved it there. Can't wait to get back there this September, retiring and staying for good this time. Frankie, that's great. That's like so motivating, inspiring comment there. I think that's awesome. And you know what? When you come to Dumaguete, give me a shout out. More than likely, I'm going to be here. Like I said, this is my favorite place, most comfortable place right now. This is where I'll be. I love it here, but that's a great comment. I love hearing that. Looking forward to maybe sharing a coffee with you. I don't drink alcohol or smoke, so some people might think I'm boring, but I drink coffee and coconut water and calamansi juice and stuff like that. Look at this, Jeff Winter saying happy birthday. Watermelon Breakfast says, is $2K a month pension enough to live well there? Yeah, $2K is good, Watermelon. Especially, I mean, you're talking by yourself. Even if you had another partner, you'd be fine. That's just my opinion. Other people here can chime in and say whether they think it's not enough. But again, if Match Their Fortune's in here, or if he were in here, he would tell you that $2,000, you could actually save money, you know, as long as you're not going crazy. Yeah, you'd be more than fine with 2,000. If you post it in enough time, when you call him tomorrow, you can tell him about it and watch it. Wow, electrical lines. Yeah, it is kind of crazy. It takes you back in time. I think I remember seeing a lot of power lines when I was a kid. Maybe not as knotted up in some spots, but it's all right. Mayung, where we at now? Muto, Mayung Muto. Amping. Matthew Reed says, hey, how is your day, Michael? The weather looks beautiful. Yes, perfectly beautiful. Perfectly beautiful, never a dull moment. Enjoying it. I live for this kind of stuff. Like I said, walking's a very intricate part of my daily life. I walk to live and I live to walk. Simple as that. I definitely love the exercise. Matt S87 says, I'm from Lancaster, PA. Welcome from Lancaster. My current home address is Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. I was born and raised in Altoona, Pennsylvania. That's Western PA, if you're familiar with that. But here's we got Jeff Winters is from PA. I will definitely, brother, I'm actually from Hanover. Frankie, I'm very familiar with Hanover. Back in the day when I was younger and a little bit foolish and hanging out with friends, I can even remember going to some bars down in Hanover. Long time ago. It's been well over 20 years since I drank any alcohol whatsoever, but I do have some very good memories. Friends from Hanover, PA. Definitely familiar with Hanover. Matthew Reed sent me a flower. I appreciate the flower. That's awesome, the super gift flower. Juan says, I like your channel. Thanks for showing us this part of the Philippines, Michael. Hey, this is simple for me. I'd already be out walking anyway, so that's why I do it. And then it's like, I'm so excited and happy, but just off the simplest things, you know, being here in another country and being surrounded by amazing people. And that's my favorite thing about the Philippines. I get to enjoy this and I'm surrounded by a lot of amazing people. The people of the Philippines are what make it the place special for me. I say it over and over again, and anybody that knows me, that's what I preach. But that's what I feel and what I believe. That's what makes the biggest difference. People are so friendly here, eager to say hello. Even when I'm caught up talking to you guys, they still say hello and, you know, try to get my attention. And I'm blessed and thankful and humbled by that each and every day. And again, anybody that's leaving me comments and questions, I will say this now. I completely apologize if I don't see them or read them all or answer them all. By no means am I purposely avoiding or ignoring them. There's just too many for me to keep up with, quite honestly. And then when I'm walking, paying attention to where I'm going, and it gets a little traffic through here, and I just want to make sure I don't get in someone's way. I'm not really worried about me, but I don't want to cause any kind of weird accident. But for the most part here, it is completely fine and safe. Everybody's very pedestrian first, pedestrian courteous here in Dumaguete. Thank you, Matthew, says we totally understand. Watermelon for breakfast says, I worked with Pinoys and they were so humble and helpful. Very nice people. That's why I want to retire there. Yeah, like I said, that's the thing for me is the people. That's why I love it so much here. Mayong Muto. That's why I love it. I can't say it enough. Saying hello to people, learning the language little by little. That was my New Year's resolution. I figured if I'm gonna be here, I should learn more of the language, the basics. Practice makes perfect. The more I learn, the easier it gets. And then everybody else, appreciates it, and it makes them smile. To me, the simplest thing you can do is make somebody smile. Makes my day, makes their day as well. But this is what I love, you know. Some people don't like the city, which I consider this more like a town. Bacolod or Manila, I've never been to Manila, but Bacolod I have. That's more of a city for me. This is more of a family, tighter, smaller town community, kind of like everybody knows everybody. I just like it here. I really, really like it in Dumaguete. How long did you say you've lived there? Totally in the Philippines. I've been here probably 15, 16 months total. 4 of those months was in Bacolod. I just wasn't the biggest fan of Bacolod. There are nice things about it, but just didn't have a vibe there. Didn't have the welcoming, friendly vibe like I have here. I have so many locals as friends now. That's what makes this special here. And like my guy, Mayong Muto, 4 more minutes. security guys, they're my friends. Like, you know, every day when I see all the same people, they get to know you, obviously, and it's like they know my daily walking routine. Sometimes I run into some of the security guards and they're watching my live stream as I'm walking. It's a nice feeling, very humbling here. How long in this area where you're walking? Dumaguete total, let me think here, Evam, 7, I'm gonna say at least, I would say 12 months, at least a year's full-time in Dumaguete, which technically I'm still a newbie. And you know, if you really think about it, there's so many more other expats and even locals, you know, obviously lived here, more knowledgeable than me. So when I give you my perspective and experience here, it's from a newbie's perspective. There's still so much for me to learn here, which makes it fun. I like learning stuff. If you ever run out of learning things, I think life would be kind of boring, but I appreciate it. Evan said, did you meet your girlfriend right away? My current girlfriend, I didn't meet her right away. Probably 4 to 5 months into my stay here, I met. So yeah, it wasn't right away. Matthew Connor says hi. Watermelon Breakfast says, have you tried living in Cebu City? I've never lived there. I've only basically spent a couple nights there just when I was, my layover from my flight, connecting flight was in Cebu. It was nice there, but I only spent the night there. I know there's a lot of natural, like people say, waterfalls, places, beautiful places. I'm a nature person, so they said there's a lot of places in Cebu to see, but I haven't been there but a couple days, twice, you know, going to and from the States, because I've been back to and from the States twice. Hello, Miss Dimples, how are you? Ayoda 569, I was planning to have a walk around Mendal City, but it's very hot right now. Haha. Yeah, I know. But you know what? People always say to me, Michael, why do you do your live streams in the hottest time of the day? You know what? It doesn't bother me. It doesn't feel very hot here. I thrive in the heat. I get energized by it. But I also think there's a breeze always coming off the ocean. So that definitely helps as well. You know, it cools me off. And when I walk near the water, obviously, I like to show you the ocean, but it's a little loudy. But the heat don't bother me. I thrive in the heat. As crazy as it sounds, I thrive in the heat. Mark's SREB says, hi from UK, married to a Filipino for 25 years. Congratulations on the 25 years. That's awesome. Great to hear that. I have another friend from the UK. I think he's in Malaysia right now. I did meet him here in Dumaguete, but he was from the UK. Super nice guy. But he had a girlfriend, and then they went and they're living in Malaysia. So I haven't seen him in quite a while, but I'm sure he's very happy. Hey, Mayung, well, hapon now. Hapon, you can say hi. Thank you. Thank you. Evan says, you're used to here then. So you're in Dumaguete, says Sweetie. Yep, I'm in Dumaguete. Matthew asked me the population. You know what? If Fortune, my friend, Master Fortune, I should memorize this by now. He did say the population, well, at least the current updated population. I'm going to have to find that out or memorize it because he's mentioned it many times. And hey, DH Mac says, I looked at houses, same dollar value, but in Dumaguete City. Absolutely mind-blowing. Yeah, and here's the thing, too. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people will look at the price of my apartment and say, Michael, that's too expensive. From a Philippines perspective, it is. Like, you can find a lot cheaper. You can find just as nice apartments as well. Now, I don't know if they'll have the swimming pool. I don't know if they'll have the gym included on site in that. I kind of just took the best of both worlds for me. Small, modern kitchen, aircon, swimming pool on site, gym on site. Those are kind of, you know, the things that I wanted. Sunlick says hello from Toronto. Sweetie said that's a nice area. Todd Freeman says, what about homeless people? I don't know what you mean by, I mean, unfortunately, there's homeless people all over the world. So me seeing them here or anywhere, I've seen them in the United States, it's a fortunate thing. I wish there weren't homeless people anywhere in the world. It's unfortunate. Those are some of the things when you come to a different country. For me personally, it opened my eyes to a lot of things. Opened my eyes to how fortunate and blessed I am to have my life, to even have the opportunity to financially come here and visit the Philippines country, which I like it a lot here. I really love the Philippines and I love the people. And again, it's the people. Just the happiness, to be surrounded by the vibe of happiness. I don't know how else to describe it. You know, people could have a lot of reasons to be unhappy in life or be upset or thinking life's unfair and everything like that. They're much happier here with less. And I have so much respect for the Philippine people that they find happiness in having less. But then you see people in the States who are rich or have a lot of money and they're miserable. There's one thing I don't think money can buy, and that's happiness. It can buy you temporary happiness, in my opinion. You can go buy a new shirt, go buy new shoes, go buy whatever you want. And you can have that temporary happiness for a week or whatever, and then that wears off and goes away and you're back to being bored again. Robbie says, what's mortgage like out there? I don't have a mortgage. I have no idea anything as far as owning a house. I'm gonna walk towards the ocean again just to show you guys who might be interested in seeing the ocean, cut through Quaison Park, then make my rounds up and down through the city. So I'm heading to the ocean, in which I'll show you is not that far away from where I'm at right now. I see Lynn Angels here. Hello, Michael. Where is old Shad Tree at? Matthew says you can look at Michael's apartment on his profile. Yeah, if you go to my channel, if you're not a subscriber, just go to the latest video, uploaded video, not previous live stream. It's just a video, 10 to 11 minute video, quick walking tour of where I live, what I pay, and what you see is what you get, you know, and it's good enough for me. Yes, I can find cheaper. So many people have commented, you know, that's too much. And in Philippine peso terms, yes, it's expensive. I was looking at another apartment to get, and they were building a new one, but it just didn't get ready in time. And I was wasting too much money spending hotel fees. Although hotels are much cheaper here in the Philippines compared to the same thing in the States, technically I was wasting money in hotels and I couldn't wait any longer. So then I went with the Marina Spatial, a place that I'm familiar with, lived at before, and went there. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna stay there forever. And that's the best part about renting a furnished apartment. You just decide you don't wanna be there anymore. You can up and go somewhere else. Obviously, depending on your lease terms and whatnot. Some people, the owners of certain units, they will ask for a 2-month minimum lease. They might ask for 4, they might ask for 6. Sometimes they're negotiable, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they might not lock you in at all as far as a lease goes. Like my current situation, I'm not locked in. The owner of my unit didn't lock me in. I said I'll be there for a while, but that was good enough for the owners. They didn't expect me to sign 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, anything like that. DH says 150 to 500 a month for 1 bedroom, according to Google. Well, I'm paying 400, and that includes Wi-Fi also. And the Wi-Fi works great. I don't know what level Wi-Fi it is, but it seems to work very well, uploading things, downloading everything, you know. So that does include Wi-Fi. The only thing I'm paying separately is the water and the electricity. Electric goes, if you're hanging out in your apartment all day running the aircon, maybe it can be a little expensive. I technically only run the aircon when I'm sleeping, and that's it. And then turn it off. Well, I'm not there either. So how about food? How much in US, Papa asked. Again, are you gonna be going out to eat every day? It's still less expensive here to go out to dinner here. So like, again, are you gonna go out to eat to dinner every day, or are you gonna cook at home? I always cooked at home, even in the United States, just because I preferred cooking food at home versus going out. I consider myself a good cook, self-sufficient male from the States. I can cook, I can take care of myself. I enjoy cooking also, and when you enjoy something, you're usually pretty good at it. With the exception of my buddy, Josh Wilson. I don't know if Josh is in here, but he makes me laugh when he always tells me about his struggles. He's trying to learn how to cook for himself, and it goes right from the counter, he said, to the trash can. But yeah, see, there you go, Papa, cook at home. Well, then in that case, all right, like get your chicken, get your fish, get your beef, whatever you like, pork. I eat a lot of eggs. Here's an example with eggs. We go to the public market here, not the grocery store, but a public market. We can get 30 large eggs from the public market, and it's 300 pesos, which whatever the current dollar rate is for USD to Philippine pesos, that's between $5 and $6 for 30 large eggs. I don't know what you guys are paying for eggs in the States, but 30 large eggs for between $5 and $6 is, I think, a decent price, all things considered. 50, so it's 56 as far as you know. KDD says, enjoy. People in the Philippines are most loving and generous. I completely agree with you on that. I sound like I'm on repeat all the time because I'm constantly saying how amazing the people here are in the Philippines, especially here in Dumaguete. Like I said, I'm going near the water now just so you guys see. I apologize if it gets breezy and you can't hear me. It's only temporary, but I just want you to see. This is where I walk by all the time. You can't really see Siquijor Island beyond there. It's too hazy. That's a 30-minute to 40-minute ride from the port over here. All right, so DH says 18 eggs here are $3 in Texas. I guess $3 is not too bad. That doesn't sound very bad, but I haven't been up to date on the prices of things, gasoline, food. I haven't really paid attention as far as that goes. Explore the resort or beach. Right where I'm at, there is no resort, I guess you can say, near me. If you're going to go to a resort, you can go to Darwin, go to Pura Vida Resort. That's 20 minutes away on a motorbike. But here, I like to go to the port, get on a 30 to 40-minute boat ride, go right across to Siquijor Island. And if you want to go to the beach, Little Boracay is a nice beach, which is another video that I posted. I think that's maybe before my girlfriend and I took a trip to Little Boracay, Siquijor Island. I kind of just made a little video of that. Eggs for free here at the food pantry. Huh. I'll take some free eggs. How about the local food there? I mean, people always say, what's your favorite food? Philippine food. I love chicken adobo. That's what I love the most. I don't eat a ton of rice, but I eat it. I'm feeding my family of 4. They all eat well for $150 Canada a week. There you go. Papa's laying down some stats there. DH says I shop online. Paul says, I don't think Mac has been to the store in a while. Eggs for free. It's kind of windy there in Cebu as well. Yeah, but chicken adobo. Well, this isn't like a beach area. If sometime I'll do a live stream later in the evening. This is more of a social hangout gathering, vendors will set up their street food along there. Then random people will set up karaoke machines all over, and people just walk, exercise, socialize. And so yeah, right here in this particular area is not, I'm in the hottest time of the day. A lot of the locals do not prefer to be out here in the heat like me, unless they're sitting in the shade under a tree somewhere. I'm the exception, crazy American who likes to be walking out in the hot heat. But I just wanted to show you, this is like one of the nice things. You can be in the city, walk a little bit, and you're right here by the water. Yeah, that's a good question. I think the yellow yacht is finally gone. That is true. You caught that before I did. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, I don't even see the yellow yacht. It's gone. Mayung hapon. Yeah, it is gone. Good eyes, guys. That shows you the people that have been here a while, and you've noticed that yellow yacht is always sitting out there. And I was thinking, man, who is the guy that owns the, or could be a woman, whoever owns that yacht has a decent situation. I always wondered who that would be. Bonnie S says, saludos desde Cancun, Mexico. Well, welcome from Cancun, Vane. I appreciate you being here. You're in Dumaguete, Philippines. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. And again, if you don't know me, I'll reintroduce anybody new to my channel. My name's Michael, from the United States, born and raised in Pennsylvania. All but 2 years I lived in Florida. If I was still in the States, I would prefer to live in Florida. But the kicker, as I always say, is if I was still living in the States, I'd still be working. I could not afford to live on what I can afford to live here. So from a financial perspective. So yeah, I'd still be working if I was in the States. And yeah, I'm living abroad here in Dumaguete, Philippines. I love it here. Happy every day. Love the people. I've been a walker. I walk for exercise for years, and it's taken a jump in popularity here with me because it's so much fun to be in a different country, different culture, walking, everything to see, smiling people, people saying hello, making friends with the locals. That's, to me, the best part about being in the Philippines. Everything else, visiting beaches, visiting this, doing that, that's the icing on the cake. But for me, it's all about the people here, and then everything else is just extra special. Sweetie says, I'm glad you like I love your country. More than like it. I love it, and I love the people here, and I'm just so thankful, humbled, and blessed for, you know, people that are so nice to me and so respectful, and I'm respectful in return. It's just everything goes hand in hand. It's really, really, really nice. Happy, simply happy. Sweetie says, I'm about to sleep. It's 12:14. You're up late. Yeah, I'm assuming that's 12:14 a.m. Michael something, do you live off of your channel money then? Evan, no, I don't. I mean, anything I get from that is just an added bonus. That's a blessing. I never took into account YouTube before I came here. I had a channel, but I only ever created a channel just to watch other videos. I didn't really get into doing YouTube until I came here to the Philippines. A lot of people recommended, said I should do it. They felt like my personality and the way I was would do well, you know, so I kind of just do that. So anything I do make, it's just added, it's just a bonus. That's not incorporated into my finances as far as whether or not a make or break situation with me here in the Philippines. Vane giving me the hearts. Thank you for the hearts, Vane. I appreciate that. And being that you're so nice and you're here from Mexico, Cancun. I've never been to Cancun. I appreciate you being here. Hi, how are you? Happy birthday to your dad. Hey, thank you very much. I said that a while ago, and you even said happy birthday. now. I appreciate that. My father, I wish he could be watching. He'd enjoy that. Evan says, "Do you work there then?" No, I'm officially retired. 55, I'm retired. Living strictly off my pension and any savings that I have. That's it. That's currently my financial situation. Obviously, it's several years till Social Security could come into play, so I don't even think about that. That'll be nice the day that comes, you know, but I just budget what I have now, which is all good. No problems, no issues. Be smart. Just don't go on like a traveling spree flying all over the place, because my money would go quick if I did that. So Papa, yeah, that's a Catholic church. I'm almost positive it's the Cathedral St. Catherine of Alexandria. I think someone once said that was built in like 1700s, I think. I know they've been refixing this like tower here, like bell tower, for a while, but I think they said that was built in 1700s. Vane says, "Amigo, sabes hablar español." I know some Spanish because I had friends from Dominican Republic. I'm trying to think. They used to teach me bad words though, Vane. They used to tell me things and then I'd say it in front of family and then everybody would start laughing. So I kind of learned my lesson not to repeat everything that they would say to me. But I know amigo is a boy, amiga is a girl, rapido is fast. I haven't talked in Spanish in quite a while, but I do know some Spanish. Rowena Shell says, "It's your birthday today." No, Rowena, it's my father's birthday. January 22nd is my father's birthday. Although it's January 22nd here in the Philippines because I'm 13 hours ahead of my father. He lives in Pennsylvania in the United States. So, well, I guess technically it's the 22nd now. It's after midnight. Why Philippines? Why not Vietnam or Thailand if you don't? Oh, it's perfectly fine. I've never been to Thailand yet, and I've never been to Vietnam. I've heard very good things about Hua Hin in Thailand. I mean, of course, Bangkok and all that stuff. And I've heard Da Nang, Vietnam's very nice. I mean, that's not to say I won't visit there someday. Also, I could end up liking it. Right now, my current situation is in the Philippines. Obviously, there's over 7,000 islands in the Philippines. There's particular ones I definitely want to visit, Palawan being number one, hopefully someday. But no, nothing's off the table. There's always opportunities for me. And I've always said Japan is the first country I would love to visit. Japan would be first, and then throw in Thailand, then throw in Da Nang, Vietnam, or somewhere else. But yeah, there are definitely places maybe someday I'd like to visit. I don't know when that'll happen. That will happen when the opportunity presents itself, which is all good. There's no rush. Most Filipino people speak Spanish too. Well, yeah, you're right, because initially I didn't know that there was Spanish within the Philippines. I didn't really notice it until I started seeing people's last names. And I was like, wow, their last names are Spanish. I didn't know that. I learned that after the fact of being here, and it's very interesting. I don't know if I've ever met anybody that spoke Spanish, or maybe they knew how, but they just didn't speak Spanish with me. Radim says, "I'm 70. I will never own a car again. I ride a 48-volt, 500-watt electric bike. No gas expense, no insurance expense or car payments." Yeah, I don't care if I ever have a car either. Actually, it was really easy for me to sell my car back in the States. I didn't even care. Mayung hapon. I didn't even care. Like, I just don't even want to own anything. I don't miss it. Not right now. I don't. That's not to say someday. I mean, maybe I'll get a motorbike at some point, but right now I got it made just walking everywhere. I'm gonna try walking up this street. I've never done it, and hopefully I don't lose a signal, but we'll see what happens. Lawyer up says, what do you think of... I don't even speak of that guy. You know what I mean? People need to understand. This is just my opinion. I am in Dumaguete. I was raised to be a good, nice to people, common decency. For me, as a foreigner, I'm a guest here in the Philippines, a guest. And all foreigners, in my opinion, need to realize you're a guest in someone else's country. I don't know why you wouldn't want to be nice and treat people with respect, but to each his own. Whatever decisions you make in life, you're going to have to pay the consequences. So I don't know. I don't really have much of an opinion. I don't really care. It's a shame there's people like that, but I'm not like that and never would be. And I love it here, and the people are great. And Even says you're raised great, you're a respectful person. Yeah, it's just in my DNA, in my spirit, in my heart. I could never, yeah. Be nice to others and they'll be nice to you. And even if there's other people that aren't nice to you, kill them with kindness. That's my opinion. Even if people aren't nice to you, kill them with kindness. It's as simple as that. Thank you, sweetie, Michael. It's always good to respect everyone. You're an amazing person. For me, it's just simple. It's just simple. And I don't know. Especially here, when you treat people so nice, they're so nice to you. Mayong hapon, mayong hapon. You know, everybody's nice here. I never walk this way, so let me know if the signal stays good. I've never walked down this way. I figured I'd try it. Even says, yes, you're a guest in their country. Exactly. Ken says, where are you? I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, Ken. Doing my daily walk in Dumaguete, Philippines. Just walking around, enjoying, you know, embracing the culture. Hoofheart says Philippines is a sinking ship. You're entitled to your opinion. I don't feel that way. I just don't feel that way. I'm happy here, and ultimately that's what matters. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I see them building a lot of stuff here a lot. I don't like, kind of surprising, nice thing to see. You see new stuff being built. I don't know. To me, a sinking ship would be a place that's not showing any type of progress. Maybe there are areas that aren't, but I don't see it as a sinking ship. Ryan O'Hara says, how long have you been there? I've been here, like I said, 15, 16 months. Mayong hapon. Mayong hapon. Reynolds says, I think the motorbike is very suitable for traffic like that in the Philippines. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, that I just wouldn't feel safe in a car. The smaller, the better. Right now, I'm still not even comfortable riding a motorbike. Shoe Leather Express is perfectly fine with me. But yeah, I'm just kind of, like I said, I've never been down this way. I've walked down here before, but never live streamed down this way. There's just the river. Yeah, I think it's a nice country. Like I said, nothing in the world is perfect. Anything that can be said about here can be said about anywhere. No country is free of anything. And if you don't believe it, then you're kidding yourself. Every country has problems, unfortunately. But, you know, to each his own. Like I always tell people, the Philippines isn't for everyone. It's not for everyone, but it's for me, and that's all I care about. Then I just share my happiness and my energy and the way I feel, and maybe somebody else gets motivated to come here as well. But I'm gonna turn around because I don't want that signal to run out. That was a little loud. How much does it cost to buy one of those 3-wheel tricycle buses? Maybe someday I can ask somebody. I never really thought about that. I have seen people, foreigners here or families, Philippine families that actually own them for private, personal use. It's like, yeah, it reminds me like of a golf cart. I'd feel more comfortable riding in that than in a car. Especially if you're living here in Dumaguete, or even if you live in like Valencia, that would be perfect if you're just going grocery shopping or whatever, joyriding kind of thing. It's my brother's Nick's birthday. Can you say his full name? Happy birthday to Nick Gurr. Nick Gurr, happy birthday. Rowena says 25 pesos every ride. Yeah, Valencia is nice. Hey, Mayong Hapon. Hey, Mayong Hapon, Tom. Yeah, Tom. That's a friend of mine, Tom. See, and that's why. Mayong Hapon. Oh, it's called Castaway Drift. Castaway Drift. Amping. Amping. All right, that was nice. Pablo Patriot says, do you know Anita Blackhawk? I don't know Anita. Oh, you got me, Pablo. Never mind. You got me, Pablo. You got me. Reynolds says, I would buy a golf cart if I lived there. Yeah, it's between... If I could just feel confident enough, because I still feel like, and I know I could get over it. I've rode motorbikes, motorcycles in the States. I just have the American traffic laws mindset. So I'd probably still think that way until I actually did it. But quite honestly, when I'm walking here, I have the same mindset as the drivers. Mayong Hapon. I have the same mindset as them. You kind of just go with the flow. If you haven't noticed, there aren't street lights here. So Reynolds says, how come you know a lot of people there in the street? First of all, I walk around all over the place. That's one reason why I know a lot of people there. I'm very recognizable now because I walk 10 miles a day, if you don't know that. So not all 10 miles are during the live stream. Hey, Mayong Hapon. But people recognize me because they see me out all the time. So they just say hello. And like I said, that's why I love it here. People are so friendly, so welcoming, especially here in Dumaguete, Philippines. That's why I love it. And, you know, they like it when you speak their language in return to them. It's like a respect thing, you know? It makes them feel proud that you're here in their country. And like I said, me as well as everybody else, we're guests here. We're nothing but a guest, and you should respect everybody anyway. It shouldn't even be a thought, but that's how I am. And I love to immerse myself within the community. That's how I get to know people and learn about them. And they are truly a wonderful, super nice, amazing people. Yes, Ken, Mayong Hapon means good afternoon. And then what, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. is Mayong Mudto. Once it gets dark, it's Mayong Gabi. In the morning, it's Mayong Buntag. Thank you is Salamat. You're welcome is Walay Sapayan, I think. You're welcome is Walay Sapayan. I'm learning. But like I said, practice makes perfect. But I enjoy learning it because it's fun to communicate with the locals in their language. It just makes it fun. Yeah, Mayong Gabi. Hey, Mayong Hapon. Ryan's here says, afternoon, Michael. I see all things says, I agree, great people, exactly. Wow, you got the basics right. Yeah, there's something else I learned today too, and I was just told it today, and it's escaping my mind. I'm trying to remember. Maybe I'll go get coconut water now. Mayong hapon. Yeah, I'm gonna go get my coconut water now. I'm over this way anyway. I think it's up this street. You will learn the language soon, Michael, especially if you're living there, you'll get the hang of it. Yeah, and like I said, I like it. Kenj 428. What does it mean when you say, like, how do you say in Bisaya, I'm going now, I will be going, I'm going now? It's I can't remember what it is. They just told me, I put it in my notes. I have a digital notebook on my phone. Ay, mayong hapon. Sonny Russian, we gotta get rid of you. I will get rid of you myself. There you go. I saw that and took care of that. That is just inappropriate. People. There's always somebody. There it is. Adto Nauko. Yes, that's it. Thank you, Ayo. That's it. Adto. Yeah, I put that in my digital notebook. They told me, like, the security Philippine people, they teach me different words and stuff every day. That's what they taught me today. Like, I will be going now. Yeah, thank you very much. That's it. Yep, there you go. Thank you, sweetie. And yeah, like I said, Evem, I gotta take care of you too. You're blue now, Evem. Oh, Kay says he's looking for ice cream. Look at you, already got it ready for me. Mayong hapon. Here, you just figure out what you need here. Make my life easy. Thank you. Salamat. All right. They already had it all. Look at that. That's a big coconut. I better drink some of that before I try and pick it up, because that's like a heavy one. Hold on. All right, now I can pick it up a little bit. Yeah, that's a big one, 35 pesos. But that's like big, very full. Pam Ward said, could you drive those scooter taxis in the States? I don't know if you could, probably not drive in the street, but maybe like in a private residential area, community neighborhood, you could probably do that. Evem says, thank you. I know, you're welcome. You're here all the time. Tracy says, fresh coconut water. Ken says, oh, trust me, people will know what you want if you treat them right. He even got the local pricing, not the foreign rates. There you go. Exactly. Yeah, they're, like I said, my Filipino girlfriend said after I dunked the bread in the coffee, said I became a full-fledged Filipino when I dunked the bread into the coffee. I think someone, Cecil, said that, Cecil Thrift, the other day. What is 35 pesos in USD right now? Does anybody know? Is it like 60 cents, 70 cents? Trevor Jones said, I had balut 55 years ago when I lived in, I'm not even going to try to say it, Olongapo. Wow, I haven't had balut yet, Trevor. I'm afraid to try it. I'm a little nervous about trying it. Again, I'll start walking as soon as I finish this coconut water. And if you haven't given, all right, there you go, 55 to 60 cents. Evan says, exactly, dunk the bread in the coffee. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Someone was saying in New York City for a coconut, like this was like $6. I don't know if I heard that correctly, but I was like, $6 for a coconut. Trevor says it's more ugly to look at. If you haven't given me a like, I'd greatly appreciate, just double tap the screen. That's the gift that keeps on giving. The likes help me, my channel grow, and just gets me out in the algorithm. So if you haven't given me a like, I'd greatly, greatly appreciate it. Yeah, someone said $6 not too long ago, Evan, about a coconut in New York City. I was like, what? That better be one heck of a coconut. Better be like 3-4 times the size of that. Bill Meyer, $8 in Iowa. Wow. Well, I guess, I don't know. Import, wow, that's crazy. I appreciate you guys waiting as I finish this. Won't be too much longer. I'm chugging it. Ryan says southern regions have a large Muslim population. Ken says, and those are just picked just this morning. You don't want those stateside where it has to travel 5 states away. Yeah, I don't know like how long the freshness lasts in a coconut. You probably know more than me. But yeah, I get one every day, at least a day, every time I walk. It's kind of become my daily tradition to stop here, getting a coconut. Yeah, I'm gonna get it shredded again. Yeah, Che will cook that up and eat it, use it for something. Joshua says we put rum in them. Trevor, no, I don't have any health insurance. Some might say I'm taking a gamble, but again, my health could change in a day, in an hour, you never know. But I'm very picky about my exercise and diet, have been like that for years. I'd say I'm fortunate and blessed right now. I don't really have any issues. I take certain organic supplements, mainly stuff that people are deficient in, that you'd have to eat a ton of a certain food to get what you need. So I have, yeah, I'm blessed. I'm very healthy, but for me, it's 90% diet, 90% exercise, 10% diet. Welcome Gates Media from Florida. It's 1:38 p.m. in the afternoon, Thursday. Mayong hapon. Okay, you can shred it now. He's gonna shred it up for me. Yeah, Evan, I'd say it's genes, definitely my genes, and I'm blessed. You know, first and foremost, you know, something from my parents, obviously, and then I just take it a step further, and I don't drink. I haven't had a sip of alcohol in over 20 years. I'm sure that has something to do with it. I've never smoked in my life. I have a very, very strict diet now, and I just exercise and walk a lot. Yeah, Gates Open Media says you're in the future. Yeah, like I said earlier, it's my dad's birthday. It's January 22nd. Although I'm already in the 22nd. Well, now you are too, because it's after midnight, but I'll be wishing him happy birthday tomorrow. 12:39 in Virginia. I appreciate you guys being here from wherever you're at, sacrificing your sleep, your time to hang out with me. Yeah, Trevor, one of these days I'm gonna get there. Yeah, you definitely hear about the good food in Thailand. Salamat. Amping. Take care. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I got the shredded coconut. Yeah, thanks for saying the happy birthday wishes to my father. That's super nice, very nice. Yeah, if he was on the live stream, I think he'd be so excited hearing people, just random people from my live stream, people from everywhere wishing him happy birthday. He'd be very appreciative and humbled if he could see that. Brian says, "Yep, wish happy birthday from us, please, Michael." Yeah, I'm gonna tell him tomorrow, and he does replay some of my live streams. My brother, he takes care of my mother and father. He occasionally puts the live stream replay, and they watch it. So maybe they'll randomly watch the live stream, and then they'll get to hear or see the birthday shout outs, but hear me mentioning that. So yeah, that would be a really cool, I'm sure he's 86 now. He's probably had so many great birthdays in his life, but I would bet me talking about his birthday on a live stream with all you everybody here, he would probably really appreciate that. I know I would. I know I appreciate you guys just being with me when I do my walks. And I'm gonna be truthful, if you're retiring and it's not enough, migrate to the Philippines and your money goes a long way, 800 monthly, and you are living middle high class lifestyle. Yeah, Ken, I always tell people, I try to give them like a happy medium. I always just say, I always simply say $1,000. If you can be 1,000 or higher, you'll be fine. But again, depending on how lucrative or luxurious of a lifestyle you want, that's going to determine your budget. Me here, I don't really need a whole lot, and I'm simply happy with certainly have less now than materialistic things than I did when I lived in the States, and I'm completely happy. Joshua said, my brother's wife is from the Philippines. I love when I read stuff like that. Evan said, you're welcome, Michael. We're here for you too. Again, that is so humbling when you guys say that. Guys and girls, men, women, everybody who's here. It's just a blessing for me when you guys say that. I never feel alone here in the Philippines, ever. And now that I do this, I certainly don't feel alone at all when I share it with all of you. So thank you a million, thank you, infinity, whatever they say. It means a lot. Joshua says they've adopted 6 children from the Philippines. She's a nurse in a hospital in Las Vegas. They have been married since 1987. That's a great story. Those are the types, that's like I said, happy stories, happy vibes. Good things to hear. Mayong hapon. Hello, Glenda. How are you? Me too. Beautiful day. Just had coconut water. Yeah. Amping. All right, bye. Yeah, that's a good story. And that's what I like to talk about. That's what I bring to my channel. It's about positivity, happiness, good stories. I don't get caught up in negativity. Although it's around everywhere, I just remove myself from it and always looking for the positive ways, inject it into my life, and I'm definitely going to put it into the live stream. That's what I do. That's who I am. That's who I want to be. Yeah, Glenda I met her. You said, I saw your comment. He knows their names. Yeah, Glenda, I met her a while ago. She works here in the public market, introduced herself, and sometimes it can be difficult remembering all the names because there's so many people, but Glenda is kind of unique. She's very nice, as is everybody here, but she's the only Glenda I know, so that also helps. I don't forget her name. I know her. Thank you for the tips, Ken. Yeah, Hapa says thank you. That's awesome. Someone said, Josh says, yes, we got snow up my way. It wasn't that bad. I don't know if I guess, you know what? The only time I miss snow, because I've seen plenty of it growing up in Pennsylvania, just a dusting on a Christmas day would be nice. You know, it's been a while, but it's still okay. I'm still good with wearing shorts and a t-shirt and sunshine on Christmas Day in the 80s. Perfectly fine for me. Michael Hunter, hello, Michael. I'm doing good. From one Michael to another, I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Or 0905.
I don't honestly even remember the last time I really truly had a bad day. It's been a while. It's been a while. Ken says, people hate it when you are snubbed. Just talk to them and they are happy to converse. They understand English and even converse well. Language barrier is not an issue. No, for the most part, it's not. Now, sometimes with my girlfriend, she may want to express something in her mind. She has the thought in Bisaya, and she can't quite find the right English word to, interpret and represent what she's thinking. But for the most part, we figure it out. And that's just some things, they just take time. But yeah, you're right. Overall, if they don't speak it, they certainly understand you in English. That's one of the bonuses of being here in the Philippines for people, foreigners. I know I've met people that have been to Thailand and they say, you know, they love it there, but sometimes the language barrier in Thailand can be a little difficult. Joshua says, I was born in New York. Sweetie says New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut. Advat Vedi says, get wild, bro. I don't know how wild I can get here, but it's beautiful today, man. I like I said, just to be in this hot weather every day, I love it. Seeing coconut trees randomly throughout the city, something so simple, I greatly appreciate it. Mayong hapon. Can't, Africa says, can't you be indoors for once in your life? No, I love it outside. I don't want to be indoors. I enjoy too much. I guess if I was in the States freezing and it was like a lot of snow, I'd probably be indoors. But no, I like being outside. Every day is like a vacation to me. Every day. What's the temperature right here now? Actually, the humidity feels very low to me. Again, I'm not a professional weatherman, but it feels lower than normal. If I were to guess, I don't even look at it anymore. It's always consistently between 80 and 90. If I had to guess, I'd say 84, 85, but I could be wrong. It doesn't feel bad to me, but 90 degrees doesn't feel bad to me either. Yeah, if you live there, you would love outside, of course. Yeah, I mean, I was outside all the time when I lived in the States too. I mean, because I'm a walker. I like being outdoors. Give me the fresh air. Give me, the sunshine. I'd rather be outside. Well, yeah, Vegas definitely has less humidity than I do here. I can just tell when the humidity's lower once in a while. But I asked a friend of mine, he lives here, he's from the United States, his name's Michael also. He was born, raised, brought up in Florida all his life, and he lives here in Dumaguete. So I asked him as a lifelong Floridian, I said, what do you think is more humid, Florida or here in Dumaguete? He felt, and it was interesting, as a lifer in Florida, I've told this story before, he felt it was more humid in Florida than it is here. He said it's hotter here, the sun is stronger because you're closer to the equator, but interestingly enough, he felt it was more humid in Florida than here in Dumaguete, Philippines. Oh, Robbie Harrison says, I'm a Floridian born and raised. Welcome, Robbie Harrison. I lived in Florida for 2 years, just shy of 2 years, loved it there. Lived in Stewart and Palm City, Florida when I was living there. That's where I'd be if I was in the States. Well, definitely would prefer Florida over anywhere. But again, if I was still living in the States, I wouldn't be retired. I'd be working because my income now would not be sustainable enough for me to live and survive like I can here. Simple as that. Robbie says he's in Gainesville, born in Miami. Yeah, I was kind of in between you. You know, I was Southern Florida, being Stewart, Palm City. Not that long of a drive to Miami, not that long of a drive to Orlando. Yeah, I liked Palm City, Stewart, Florida. Wasn't that far for me to get to the ocean. Nice community there. I enjoyed myself. Oh, someone said, where am I at? Yeah, Dumaguete. Ken said you became the passport bro instead. Yeah, I've always wondered with people, Mayong Hapon. I've always wondered with people, what is the definition of a passport bro? I mean, I know I have a passport and I'm a bro because I'm a guy. What truly defines the term passport bro? Like, is it like a positive term? Is it a negative term? Is it just means nothing? I was always curious. Building homes in the Florida summer heat is trying. Yeah, I'm sure it is. I don't know how good I'd be at building homes, but I don't mind. That's probably one thing. If it came to a job where I had to be exposed to the elements, especially heat, never bothered me. I could always just handle it and I don't know, drink some water, stay hydrated, but that never really slowed me down, especially here when I'm walking and people think I'm nuts. But does it rain a lot in Dumaguete? Wait, you said what kind of money do they use? Filipino pesos. You know what? Dumaguete, for whatever reason, seems to get less rain than a lot of other, like when I was in Bacolod, it rained a lot more. Now that was north of here. Typhoons seemed like they just had more, I don't know, storms and weather related issues up in Bacolod, whereas down here, I don't know if it's where Dumaguete's like situated, it never seems like they get much, or if they anticipate something, it never gets as bad as what they think. People have said it's the islands, the outer islands that surround here that kind of block and protect it. But yeah, the weather's usually pretty good, even during what they consider rain season or typhoon season. It's gone weeks where it was cloudy and misty kind of rain like weather, but nothing like, not what I've experienced here since I've been here, like severe winds or any damage and stuff like that. Maybe some flooding in certain areas, but not that I know of. Do they sell hamburgers and fries? Oh yeah, Robbie Harrison. I talk about this one place all the time. My favorite restaurant here, and there's a lot of good places to eat, but my favorite, owned by a Filipino, very good friend of mine. It's called Estoria. Esturya, Astoria. If I need any different type of cuisine, he has the best Italian, very good ingredients. Best Italian in my opinion, best burgers, best Philippine food, best Thai food. Whatever you want, he has it. So if I need a burger, good quality burger, I go there. I'm not a fast food guy, so I don't go to like McDonald's or Jollibee's or any of that. I don't prefer that food in my diet. Robbie, I don't know about a Taco Bell. I do like Mexican food. Taco Bell's probably not at the top of my list. When I was younger, I would eat Taco Bell. But once I started researching and looking at the ingredients, I changed my mind quickly. But again, not knocking you or anybody, to each his own. Eat what you want, you like, you're comfortable with. But my number one favorite cuisine is Mexican. Give me tacos, give me quesadillas, give me enchiladas, give me whatever Mexican food. There is one that's down here. I've never been to it yet. Actually, a friend of mine was on the live stream yesterday and said, Michael, there's a Mexican place down along here along the water. It's supposed to be good. I think he said Casablanca maybe is what he said, or Casa something. Yeah, I'm a big Mexican food person. Second, I mean, as long as it's healthy, clean food, I'll eat just about anything. I mean, I try to just stay away from unknown ingredients that once you look them up, when you find out what they're for, you're like, why is this in food? Yeah, it's kind of shocking. Robbie says, I love Tia beer. Now, is Tia beer, is that like Mexican beer? Is that like drinking I guess, what is Mexican beer? Like Corona? Like a Corona? Josh says, do they eat a lot of fish there? Yeah, they eat a lot of fish. I don't, you know what? I love fish, but I haven't eaten as much fish as I thought I would eat being here, which is kind of surprising. I do want to eat more. Now, when I get sushi, I do get sushi a lot here. I like, so obviously that's fish. But I would think I would eat more. I mean, yeah, it's like you really don't get fresher than this, right out of the ocean and right into the public market. Tamales, yeah, you like tamales. Isn't that like a, I'm thinking of tamales, the candy. I don't eat really any candy. I knew a Philippines last in New York, she would eat smoked dry fish. Yeah, Che eats dry fish. Yeah, she definitely eats dry fish. That's very popular here. I don't know if I've tried it or not. She likes sardines also. They eat a lot of sardines here. Ayado says fried soup, sweet and sour, any way you like them to cook it. Yeah, exactly. Kay says he's gonna pass on seafood. Yeah, some people just don't like seafood. And that's all right. It's definitely choppy out there in the water because you can see the waves out there breaking way far out there. Robbie Harrison. Let me see if, let me try and think. Where's the closest gas station? If you hang out with me, Robbie, I will go by a gas station. You're not the first or the last person. You won't be the last to ever ask me about gas prices. I don't know off the top of my head, but I do walk past gas stations and show people what the current price is that they have posted. So I will go to the gas station. Yeah, yeah, but someone else meant the yellow boat, the yellow yacht is missing. It's like they finally left, unless they're way down the other end. But yeah, they've been here for quite a while. And Grounded Mika says, new subby here, enjoy with care. Thank you, Grounded Mika. And again, for anybody, I don't always show my face just because it's better to look at what I'm looking at. But again, my name's Michael, from United States, born and raised basically all my life in Pennsylvania with the exception of 2 years. Lived in Florida, and now I'm living abroad here in Dumaguete, Philippines. Absolutely love it. Happy every day. Wouldn't be able to live off my financial situation in the States that I'm living here. If I was in the States, I'd be working. Simple as that. So I'm blessed and fortunate and happy to be able to just live my life the way I want and stay as healthy as I can and share my live stream walks with you guys. So anyway, back to the sights and sounds, not so much me, but again, I'm thankful and blessed for you guys being here and sharing this live stream walk with me. And if you haven't given me a thumbs up and you want to, double tap your screen or whatever you're on device and give me a like. My goal every day is to try and get to 200 likes. I have goals, 10 miles a day is a goal I walk every day. Now 200 likes is also a part of it. So yeah, there's good fish in here. I haven't really done it yet, but yeah, there's good fish in here. Hold on, let me flip this. So you say it's cheaper to live there. Well, yeah, when it comes to rentals and homes, Robbie, if you check my latest video, it's like a 10-minute apartment tour. Again, it's just my apartment tour, what my current situation is. You can even find cheaper. I don't want to spoil it for you. It's a small apartment, swimming pool, gym on site, $400 a month. $400 a month. Thank you, Reynold. Thank you, Vlogs, Reynold, thank you. Joshua says, I was hit by a car and can't walk anymore. Joshua, I'm sorry to actually read that. I know there's nothing I could possibly say to make you feel any better, but I'm sorry to hear that. I respect you and appreciate you sharing that, but I also feel sorry. I feel bad, because that's when I, don't take for granted anything in life, because at any moment it can be taken from you, and I'm sorry to hear that. Utah and Bodie says, do you have family back in the U.S.? Yeah, my mother and father live in Pennsylvania. My younger brother lives with them, taking care of them, or they'd be in a nursing home. Who knows, they might not even be alive if it weren't for my brother. And I'm just being honest with you. My brother takes care of them, feeds them much better than they would probably get fed in a nursing home. Plus they're super expensive. And then I have 2 sisters that also. So yeah, basically my siblings, everybody lives back in the U.S. Joshua, sorry to hear that. May God heal you. Joshua, I miss working with my hands. Joshua, I just appreciate you even being here even more now. Talk about being humbled once again. I'm grateful that you're here. And I'm grateful that you're with me on my walks. Yeah. Grounded says, real talk, sad but true. Scumbags are everywhere. Just stay respectful, grateful, and grounded. Chill vibe is happiness and contentment. Bless you more. Cheers, brother. Grounded Mika, I really appreciate that comment because you're just spitting out facts. Those are facts. But I don't know how good the video looks in this picture, but it looks very beautiful here to me. And I hope this video does justice because it's yeah, it's white capping. That's what I was saying. It's very choppy. More so far out there, you can see. I don't know if you can see it, but Joshua, you know what? I gotta add you as a moderator. You're gonna be. I'm giving you a blue jacket, Joshua. I don't know if that means much to you. Blue jacket is basically your blue. You have moderator status, and that's the least I can do for you. And I'm thankful and blessed that you're here. That brick walkway looks like Wall Street. And you know what's so cool about this? When I went back to the States in March of 2025, this wall probably, I don't know, went to like where my foot's at and over, and it was falling apart. It needed a lot of work. They extended it all the way out and redid it. And by the time basically I came back, it looks obviously really nice. They did a really good job. Like I said, this is a popular area that people come to meet, socialize, sing karaoke in the evening, exercise and walking, meet people. It's, yeah. Gates Open Media says, do you go live every day? Yeah, for the most part. Sundays is like the only day that I kind of take now I go walking on Sunday, but I take a day off from the live stream on Sundays. Although that would be Saturday night for a lot of you guys, depending on where you live. But Sundays within the city and stuff where I go walking, it's kind of quieter, not as active, and maybe not as much to see. So I kind of figured, why not give myself a break from the mental. It's kind of wild looking at a screen all the time. Obviously, I can't keep up with all the comments. I can't keep up with questions or anything, and I feel bad. I wish I could, but then in a way, it's a blessing that so many people are here with me every day. But yeah, Sundays is usually the day that I don't go live. Sometimes I even throw in a Saturday, but I try to do it every day because I walk anyway. So why not? I do a live stream. I guess I'd have to really, I don't know, want to focus on something else if I didn't do a live stream. But as long as everybody keeps coming back and new people come and want to join me, then, you know, it just gives me more incentive to do it and share it with you guys. And hey, Philip, thank you again as always. Philip, you're a great man yourself, and I appreciate. Please like and subscribe. Michael really is a nice guy. I just try to be the best version of me. Owe it all to my mother and father, as I've said before, because that's true. It's a fact. When you're younger, you feel like your parents are against you and everything, and then one day you wake up and you realize they were right about a lot of things. Maybe not everything, but a lot of things. And I'm thankful that they're still alive, blessed that my brother sacrifices basically where he is in his life to take care of them. So yeah, Evan, in a way I am on vacation. To me, it's a vacation. Even if I'm just walking, doing this live stream, getting coconut water, getting a coffee in between. Yeah, to me, it's fun and it's exciting. It's not boring at all. And that's what's wild. Like, I can simply do this and I'm having fun. Even if I wasn't doing a live stream, it would still be fun because I'd be stopping and talking to a lot of people. And that's what I do on Sunday. but I'm not doing a live stream. A lot of the people that I've gotten to know over time, I'll stop and chat with them throughout the city and, you know, talk about whatever they want to know about me, and it's just small talk. Yeah, I already had the buko, yeah. So what do you do for a job, says the equalizer? Retired. I guess if I have a job, it's YouTube. That's it. And this is actually fun. I enjoy sharing this with everybody. It's changed my life. It's just another door that's been opened to me, another blessing upon blessings that I've gotten here in the Philippines since I've been here. I'm gonna try and get on the other side. Hey, mayong hapon. Mayong hapon. Oops. Hold on. I'm trying to get to the... Do they have public bus service? Yeah, they have buses, like, you know, travel buses, jeepneys. Like I said, you see the tricycles. Yeah, there is ways to get around if you need it, if you're not comfortable. Like me, if you don't have a motorbike or a car. But like, for the most part, I walk everywhere. I guess it would have to be, even I've walked in rain, torrential downpours where I get home and I'm soaked. Yeah, I'm pretty much drowned. You have to wring out my clothes. Yeah, you like the tricycles. Beatrice says, lots of English signs there along your walk. Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, you're right. I honestly don't always really notice it or look at it a lot, but I think, yeah, you're right. I haven't come down this street for you guys, so I'm just trying to find zigzag around different locations. Andrew says what time? It's 2:08 p.m. in the afternoon, January 22nd, Thursday afternoon, 2:08 in Dumaguete, Philippines. And if you do the math, like my mother and father and family live in Pennsylvania, I'm basically 13 hours ahead of them. And then once daylight savings goes back to normal, then it's 12 hours. But yeah, and so it's basically even. So if it's midnight here, it's 12 in the afternoon in Pennsylvania or East Coast. But now it's 13 hours. I'm 13 hours ahead. So I'm into the future. Andrew says he's in Jamaica. Mayong hapon. Yeah, welcome from Jamaica, Andrew. I appreciate it. Very nice of you to say hello. Dumaguete, Philippines. Yeah, living in the future. 14 hours ahead of Josh. Kuya Day, Philippines. Nope, it's too dangerous in the USA to tricycle. Yeah, I would say it would be too dangerous too. Maybe in some sort of private gated community, like I said, golf cart kind of thing, you could get away with it. But here, mayong hapon. Mayong hapon. Joshua says Israel is 8 hours ahead of us. The equalizer says, so you're a bit like Billy Blue, walk everywhere. Yes, I walk everywhere. Julia says 2:38 here in NL, Canada. Wow, stay warm, Julia. I like Canada, but I'm not a fan of that weather. I'm definitely a warm weather person, so stay warm. That's the best I can say, is just stay warm. Kuya Dave, Philippines says, I'm driving a car here in Cebu. It's a different animal here to drive. Yeah, and that's just me. I have the, like I said, the USA driving mindset. I'm just apprehensive and nervous. But again, as I walk around, you kind of pick up on the driving habit, because I kind of walk the same way that they drive. If that even makes sense. You kind of just find the path of least resistance, and you get there. Somehow, some way, you get to where you're going. Like people always say, Michael, why are you walking the street a lot? Well, a lot of the sidewalks, where there are sidewalks, are covered with motorbikes or cars. So I kind of, you go wherever. So, and I'm not the only person who would walk in the street. Like, everybody does it. But it works, like, and everybody's like very pedestrian friendly. They don't try to run you over or anything like that. Yeah, this is Dumaguete. 1:10 a.m. here. Need 2 more likes. Well, thank you guys. Yeah, I'm showing 197. If you haven't given me a like yet, push me to 200. Hell, push me over 200. That'd even be better yet. That's the gift that keeps on giving. That helps my channel tremendously. Julia says it was super cold today, sitting with feet on a heater before I turn it down for the night. Looks beautiful there. Yeah, and again, there are many, many, many more beautiful places that you can go to in the Philippines. Obviously, they say it's a city, more like a town for me. But you can get out of the city and you're in the mountains of Valencia. Things open up and get even more beautiful. For me, I like the activity, but yet if I need to get away, I don't have to go far. But it's the people for me. That's like the number one thing. It's simply the people here, and that's why I love it. That's what makes the difference. I don't care where I'm at, quite honestly. I do prefer nature, but I'm okay. I'm all good. How different is it when the sun goes down? A lot more people come out. A lot of the locals, they don't like being out in the sun. Some of them do. Like my girlfriend, she's Morena. She's more okay with the sun. But some other ones, they're not as Morena, you know. They don't like being out in the sun so much. But it's all good, like I said. But they do come out when it gets darker because it's just more cooler and more comfortable. And then they go to the boulevard, go to the Quezon Park, or they're just active through here right in the heart of the city. But it's busy here during the day. Obviously, people are working. People are, I don't know, colleges that are nearby. The high schools and stuff are nearby, so they take their lunch breaks. I mean, the high school kids, they get an hour and a half for their lunch break. I wish I got an hour and a half break when I was in school. I think I got 30 minutes if I was lucky. They get an hour and a half. Andrew, I love the weather here. 80 to 90 degrees all year round. Fahrenheit. I know they say things in Celsius here. I don't know what the Celsius would be. What, in the 30s or something is Celsius? The difference in Vegas from the daytime to nighttime weather-wise is just crazy. Yeah, and I don't, like I said, you don't have any humidity at all. I don't mind the weather and West Coast weather, like whether it be Vegas or California. But regardless, either way, humid, not, as long as I got sunshine and it's warm, humidity or not, I'm happy. That's when I thrive. I mean, even the majority of people, when you live like me in Pennsylvania and it's 4 seasons, when was I the happiest? Summertime, because I was out in the sun. I was going swimming in a pool. I was doing things more outside, the sunlight, the vitamin D. That all energizes you, makes people happy. Lack of sunlight makes people depressed. It does. It makes you depressed, and I certainly know what sunshine does for me. Andrew says, I'm enjoying your live. Thank you, Andrew, but everything looks broken. What do you mean, like broken? Like, what are you looking at, Kenny? I'm trying to see what you mean, broken. I like the sun, but don't like the heat, though. Oh yeah, this is just a small sample size, but I always joke, imagine if I parked my motorbike, I'd never be able to find it. That's why you leave the parking attendant guys, they'll find it. Somehow they remember where your bike's at. The heat makes you sluggish. You know, I guess for some people, but another thing I've learned, hold on, because this music's loud right by here, so I'm not gonna try and shout. Give me 1 minute. Yeah, Nick says, Albuquerque, we have more dry heat than anywhere. Yeah, I'd appreciate dry heat. I mean, I'm sure, like, when I'm so used to the humidity, and then I'd get dry heat, I'd be like, wow, this is awesome. I just, for whatever reason, the heat doesn't bother me. Maybe it's because I'm always out in it, and I enjoy being out in it, and I've adapted so well. Because I've met other people that are foreigners and they say they don't like the heat or it's hard for them to adjust. And some of them simply say they hang out in the air condition a lot as well. For me, I'm not a professional, but maybe because they're in air conditioned, mayong hapon, maybe because they're in air conditioned so much, they don't give their body a chance maybe to adapt to the heat. Maybe that's a possibility. Yeah, heavy foods. Yeah, see, I'm not a heavy food eater. Don't get me wrong. I have my pizza cheat day, a good pizza day, and but I always make sure I get a salad with my pizza. I don't really eat any heavy foods that I can think of. You know, potatoes randomly, rice randomly, more cucumbers, greens, tomatoes. I'm more about that. Well, see, Joshua, I use the air condition at night. I need that. The colder it is, the better you sleep. I think there's even been studies on that. Like when you're cold, although you're under the blankets, I think you sleep better. I would definitely, if I didn't have aircon, unless I was up in one of these Philippine mountains, I'd probably be very restless. Probably wouldn't sleep very good. Yeah, it's about moderations too. And that's kind of how I am. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love good pizza. Again, that's my place, Astoria. I go to Astoria for my pizza. Yeah, I would go nuts if I didn't have to be able to eat a pizza once in a while. Yeah, I miss my American. I had my go-to places, the Italian guys that can make pizza unlike any other. Yeah, I miss that kind of stuff. This is Quaison Park. Like I said, I walked here before. Though, when the sun goes down, people set up their nets here and play pickleball. Pickleball is very popular. It's fun. I enjoy pickleball. Yeah, I like it a lot. Of course, you can see the Jollibee through there. Everybody loves Jollibee. Yeah, I need air conditioning at night. Like my girlfriend, she's freezing and I don't even turn it on that low. Just because she makes a big tent underneath the blanket. She covers her whole face and everything. It's funny. I only put it as low as 24 on the air condition. If I had it my way, it'd be like 19 or 20. But yeah, I'm considered a her. So like, yeah, I'm not really under the covers. I would be sweating bullets. Get some Henny on ice. Back in the day, maybe I would have done that. It's been over 20 years since I had alcohol. Yeah, I don't like blankets if I'm freezing in the United States in the middle of the winter. I would open my windows. All right. Dumaguete, Philippines. Moy Jariza. But anyway, it's time for me to end my live stream. It's been 108 minutes. I need to go get some more water, definitely. A little cup of coffee. I get a small one because I don't like to drink a coffee after 3 o'clock. 25 is too cold for me, iota. But thank you very much for everybody that continues to support me, joins my live streams. Burke and Tafe, you know what? I've seen you a lot too. I need to add you. You have a blue jacket. I see all things as good. Good luck, buddy. See you later. Olive oil, very true. Stay away from seed oils. I go on and on about health stuff. I've learned so much these last how many years. It's like, it's amazing I can actually find anything to eat that's actually good for you. Ken says, see you, man. Donnie says, bye, Michael. Really enjoyed watching. But again, thank you for always being here, supporting me. It means more to me than you guys even realize. I'll be back. Tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, I'll definitely be back. It's Friday for me. Have a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're at. God bless you guys. Thank you. Birkin says, we love you. Hey, I love you guys too. Dan says, God bless you. You guys are awesome. Don't ever forget that. You guys are the reason why I do these live streams. You make it extra special. Humbled, hits close to my heart every day. I look forward to seeing you guys again tomorrow. God bless Rick. God bless you, Rick. Donnie. See you guys. See you next time. See you, Jeff Johnson. God bless you guys. What do they say? Peace, love, happiness. See you, Sonny boy. Evam, you're awesome too. See you guys. Thank you very much.